got this one little piece I wanted to read. Give me a little flexibility on this. It's not much. Just something I ran into that I thought was kind of interesting. It was talking about so the concept is in a book called Mindfulness: Practical Guide to Awakening, and it just talks about the hidden dangers of worldly pleasures. And I'm not gonna get all religious or metaphysical on you, but it just talks about being cautious about being addicted to things that give you like immediate pleasure, things that once they're gone, you feel like you're deprived of joy. Um, and I take that on the heels of listening to this whole podcast around um, brother who decided to completely give up booze and alcohol. And the main reason was because he couldn't figure out how to have the same type of fun without it.
Mm.
And question his therapist asked him one time was, and it's bugged me for a while after I heard it. His therapist asked him, what would need to change in your life for you to not need a drink every day? Like how what would have to change? And I still think about that question because it's so complicated. Like, so the guy couldn't answer it. He said, but in the beginning of the therapy, you said you enjoyed yourself, you enjoyed your life, you enjoyed the life you created, but you couldn't do it without a drink. Now, I'm not saying you should give up drinking, but I do think that's just an interesting question. Um, so, like, considering the things that we feel like we need, things that when taken away, we just somehow can't find enjoyment. And maybe the goal would be to need that less. So, anyway, sitting on your mat. And let's just slowly start to twist to the right and left, lubricating the waist. Oh, I said I was gonna light a candle for my dad. So my dad took another spill
Mm.
last night. Tried to hide it from me. He wasn't gonna tell me, but one of the neighbors gave me a call because they saw the medics at the house. Over to the other side. Twist the waist. Relax the shoulders. Just check in with this one. Push down with your left fingertips. Raise your fingers high. Just gonna open up. See if you can keep the sitting bone on the same side of the outstretched arms. Keep that sitting bone pressed into the mat. Start using your breath to try to expand this entire part of the body. See if you can envision your breath like a tiny little straw, blowing it out, bringing it back in. And relax that. Change the beat. Fingertips touch down on the other side, reach in. Sitting bones on this side of the body. Stay planted. Again, envision your breath like moving through a straw. And release. A little more Side to side movement. Roll the shoulders back. See if you can start to roll them forward and create that cat-cow like shape.
No lie, this morning woke up kinda heavy. Thoughts flooded my brain, almost broke a levee. Let me get steady, let me center myself. Before I do for anybody else, let me consider myself. Check my mental health, self.
All right.
How's your heart? How you feel?
Try to relax the back a little bit. If you felt anything that didn't feel too luxurious, just note where it is and try to stay away from it till your body's warm. Drop in your right ear to your right shoulder. And again, don't force it.
Let me replant myself, yeah. Let me water my stem. You lay my root chakra. I know that it's been running on E. I've been fuming. Know the vibes golly. Seem like they forgetting that I'm human. Assuming that I don't need silence.
And the other side.
Before I choose violence, I meditate and pray. I went for a walk. I heard the elders say.
And relax that. All right. Find your way to hands and knees, whatever's most comfortable. I'm going to highlight my camera and lower my screen a bit.
I heard the elders say, be still, be free, be real. Your life can change any minute, just let time reveal. I know they watching, waiting for me to fall off. The job saying I ain't got permission.
Walking hands around to the right and left and just checking in with the side body.
People calling, I ain't talking phone on D&D. She like, when am I gonna see you? When I'm done seeing me. It's easy for people to gas.
And maybe a little cat-cow.
It's time to fill up. You gotta deconstruct to reconstruct. It's time to build up. I took some
Try to pull the mat east and west, feeling it through the shoulder blades.
Life been moving so fast. Before I crash, let me slow down and go on the fast. I'm passing on that old shit, leaving that in the past. They ask, hey, where you been? I ain't seen you in the men. Yeah, I've been on my thing, going deeper with these.
Now maybe walk the hands around to the right and see if you can still execute a cat-cow while your body is twisted and contorted.
I went for a walk today. I heard the elders say.
And the other side. Not too bad. Dig it in there a bit. And back to center. Perhaps turn the toes under. Just walk back into the arches a bit. Feel the ankles, feel the heels. And just start to roll back to your first down dog.
We need a military, black missionary. I'm a visionary. I see niggas rising every time I sit in silence.
Now, as you start to release your heels closer to the mat, just keep walking it out. Even if you need a little bend in your arms, a little bend in your knees, just walk it out. Looks like you're on a Stairmaster. Let's roll out the plank. Notice if you can keep a long, flat, straight line versus something like this. Something like this. Turn the heels to the left. See if you can keep the shoulders and the whole back straight so the twist is just kind of happening at the waist. Pull the mat east and west with the hands. Probably notice your heart rate starting to heat up. Let's move to the other side. Pull the mat east and west. Try to get flat. Got this. And back to plank. And just press right on to down dog. This one, see if you can make it a little more traditional where you just get steady. Fingertips align with Middle fingers around middle toes. Settle in.
When nobody would answer, I could always reach her. The way she trusts in God made me a believer. She said, nephew, God on your side, and I believe her. She always there when I need her. Remember that time I lost it all and had to start over?
Inhale up on your toes, bend your knees. And look towards your fingertips with bent knees. Take a couple of breaths. And then straighten it back out once more. Head reaches toward the mat, crown of the head. Now, if it's okay and you feel safe, maybe take your left hand, grab your right calf. Release that. Try the opposite side. Later on in the practice, we'll see if we can reach down closer to our ankle. Feel the twist. Release that. Inhale up on your toes. Bend your knees. Look towards your fingertips again and just tiptoe right on up to the top of your mat. Inhale flat. Exhale fold. And then just bend knees and roll the hands all the way up.
Everything divine timing, everything in alignment with God's will. And every now and then I still need to express what I feel. I call my auntie when I'm hurt, and after that,
Relax the shoulders, standing in mountain pose.
no matter the pressure I'm under,
Hands open, fingertips reaching toward the floor. Long deep breath into the belly.
I probably wouldn't see without her.
And sweep the arms up.
She my angel, I thank God for her.
Swan. Touchdown. Inhale flat. Exhale fold. Use the breath to find your way to center down into the heels, into the middle of the feet. Just let the air go. Maybe grab the elbows, drape down over the legs. Roll the hands up the body. Stay at the top of your mat. Sweep the arms up. Swan. Touchdown. Inhale flat. We'll do one more of those. Fold over the legs. Grab the elbows. And walk the hands up. Sweep the arms up. Last time. Swan. Touchdown. Inhale flat. And fold. Hang limp for a second. Now try your best to focus on my voice more so than the visual. Give me maybe 70% voice, 30% looking at the camera. Inhale flat. Exhale, walk it out to plank. Blow the air out as you touch down with the knees. Bend the elbows as they graze the ribs. Flatten the top of the feet. Start to lift up and press into the mat, hands next to chest. Exhale, release. Turn your toes under. Press the elbows tight by the ribs. Come right back through your knees as you press into your hands. And down dog. Inhale up on your toes. Bend your knees. Lightly tiptoe to the top of your mat. Inhale flat. Fold. Walk the hands up the legs. Sweep the hands up. Swan. Touchdown. Inhale flat. Sweep it out to plank. Touchdown with the knees. Elbows graze the ribs as you bend. Chest touches. Press into Urdhva Mukha, maybe a very relaxed one. Legs still on the mat. Open the chest. Exhale, turn toes under. Begin to bend the knees. Walk it back to down. Only here for a second. Inhale up on your toes. Bend your knees. Look toward the fingertips. Lightly hop. Top of the mat. Inhale flat. Fold. Swan. Prayer. Long deep breath. Mountain pose. Chill for a second. We'll start to play with our balance in a moment. Grabbing my blocks. So we'll play around with a little balance. If you have blocks, grab yours. Maybe place them close to your ankles. We'll start with just kickstanding the right foot. Slowing it down. Maybe roll around a bit on the ankle to kind of get your balance and maybe walk your foot up one. Get to where you're comfortable. Reaching up longer through the crown of the head. Maybe open the knee. A lot easier in shorts than in pants. Maybe grow your tree. So with the hand that is above the bent knee, so you can touch the knee. And then maybe reach right on over, forming a crescent shape. Try to keep your balance right over that standing leg. Now you'd be surprised to know that this NBA looking logo is based on seeing myself in this posture in a class about 10 years ago. I was like, oh, that looks like Jerry West, 1978. And release. Coming out of that, hands in prayer. And now here's where the blocks become helpful. Maybe play around with pointing that knee down. Play around with touching your blocks. Could be a couple of options. Maybe you feel strong enough. Maybe you feel strong enough to leave your blocks right next to your ankles. Find your way here. Just kind of open up the hip. Or maybe you'd rather just lean forward. Feel comfortable here. Either way, play around with putting a little space in the hip. Whenever you're ready, safely press into those blocks. Find your way back into a stand. Just gonna slowly place that foot down. Shake it out. Now roll yourself all the way back up. Kickstand the other side whenever you're ready. Take your time. Whenever you're ready, just plant your foot wherever feels good for you. Start playing with opening that knee. You're ready. Whew, almost lost it. Grow your tree. If it feels comfortable, maybe touch down on that crescent shape. little Alvin Ailey action. And then release carefully. And when you're ready, perhaps place the ankle right on top of that thigh. Try to point that knee down. And maybe this is where you touch down. Use your blocks to find a good spot for you. So you're not putting all the weight on that knee. And carefully power back up. Safely grab a couch, grab a chair, whatever. Just find your way back. Standing. Walk your hands up your legs. Shake it out. Some small mat adjustment. All right, let's jump into it. A couple sun salutations, we get it rolling. Inhale the arms up. Maybe reach up on the toes. Try to balance for a second. It's a little work. Activating the calf muscles. Admit this is harder if you're looking up. It's probably easier if you're looking straight toward the wall. And swan up. Inhale flat. Exhale forward. Make your way out to plank. Make it smooth. Roll your heels to the right. Try to see if you can create that long flat line from the crown to your ankle. And let's open up. And maybe you feel strong with 2 feet down. Maybe you want to lift one. Challenging. Really set it down. And let's move to the chaturanga. You touch down with your knees if you need to. Press up. Exhale down.
I miss you too. I called Larry. I'm waiting on him to call me.
Inhale through your toes. Bend your knees. Step to the top of your mat. Inhale flat. Exhale forward. Hang limp for a second. And I just want you to take a long step back with your left foot. Runner's lunge. Short runner's lunge a bit. Maybe rock back and forth, checking in, seeing if everything's good. And you have enough east and west distance between your feet to take both hands off the mat and perhaps reach. Crown of the head reaching forward. All of your knee weight is right over the ankle, pressing to the heel. And let's touch down with that knee. Tap with the back of the foot. Let's reach up. Crescent. Press really strong into that foot that's on the mat, the top of the foot. Feel the stretch right through here. Hands in prayer. Turn to the right or over the bent knee. Extend the hands. Maybe take the outstretched fingertips, ones that are in front. Reach up. And you gotta move right back through it. Stretch the arms out. See if you can use the breath to enhance the twist. And back to prayer. Turn the toes under. See if you can find your way right back here. skin. And warrior two. Plant that left foot. If it's the left foot, then it's the back. Somehow it's the right. Just move right to your warrior. So you can get that knee right back over that ankle. Reach. Straighten in the back leg. And let's cartwheel fingertips back. Notice my legs are not moving. Trying to keep my base. Get some height first. And reach back. And reaching back to the sky. Straighten the right leg. Heel toe the other one in a bit. Get some a little more narrow stance to reach forward. Keep reaching. Keep reaching. Now touchdown. Maybe it's a block. Maybe it's a pillow. But with this hand behind the back, even if you could wrap, and bring your fingertips around, grab that thigh, open up, shoulder. So it's not so much about touching the floor, it's about opening the shoulder. Keeping that mobility. It's tough. And taking your gaze to the floor. So we're going to end up standing on that outstretched front foot. The first thing I want you to do is unleash the arm that's wound up. Take it to the ceiling. Staring down at that front foot. Now take that hand to the hip. Staring about 12 inches out to the right. So you to pop up right out there. Now extend the fingertips. Maybe you have a block, making this a little easier, bringing the floor a little closer. Now, if you got here pretty successfully, and you feel okay about it, maybe bend the knee, grab the ankle, play with pressing those pelvic bones open, or not. And release. And see if you can bring that foot all the way down, right in front. Fold over your legs. Shake it out.
Lately been dealing with real shit, revealing things I suppressed for years. Now I'm dealing with this house of cards, hard, some awkward lessons I did skip, undisputed regret.
And roll up slowly. Nice. Shake it out. Legs should be pretty tired on that one side. I'm gonna move to the other side of the mat, but you don't have to change. Inhale, scoop your arms up. Reach up. Working up the calves. Maybe look forward if it's easy to keep your balance. And swan. Touch down. Inhale flat. Exhale. Sit out to plank. Hold the mat east and west. Your hips to the left. See if you can kind of relax a bit through the hips. Create a long straight line. Crown of the head to the ankles. And let's open if appropriate. Your shoulders will hold your balance here. Again, bone stacking, shoulder over elbow over wrist. And if it works for you, maybe lift a foot or play with lifting. And touchdown. And we're back here. Plank pose. chaturanga or touch down with your knees and move through chaturanga. Rest the Urdhva Mukha. Exhale down.
Always remember that the reason that you initially started working
The ankles out.
something inside yourself that you
Crown of the head reaches toward the mat.
if you could manifest it in some way, you would understand more about yourself and
Take a breath.
how you coexist with the rest of society. I think it's terribly dangerous for an artist to fulfill other people's expectations. I think they generally produce their
Inhale up on your toes, bend your knees, and make it back to the top of your mat. Inhale, flat back. And take a long step back with the left foot. Sorry, right foot. I messed that up. Sweep those arms back whenever you're ready. If you have enough distance east and west to maintain your balance, sweep them back. Just hovering over that left knee. Take a breath. Crown of the head reaches long. Maybe sweep the arms up. Powering up. Standing crescent. And then we touch down the knee. Get comfy for a second. At the top of that foot. Again, keeping the knee over the ankle. Maybe sweep the arms back up. And we just sort of open. Awkward twist. Working all through the upper back and middle back. And we're here. Now make sure you're comfortable with it. Maybe move it a bit. And start to take the fingertips to the sky. Play around with reaching back. It's tricky. So move slowly. And coming out of it slowly. And back to center. Powering back up, turn the toes under. Reaching back with the fingertips, forward with the crown of the head. See if you can sweep this all the way up into Warrior Two. So rolling that ankle out, tucking the tailbone, tall to the crown of the head, deep into the knee bend, straight back leg, fire up the arms. Without moving the legs. Reach up tall with the outstretched fingertips. Maybe do the wrap, or just touch down. Maybe more bend in the knee, and then reach back. Legs starting to feel a little fatigue. So you can get longer through the fingertip. And straighten the leg. Reach up, maybe heel toe that back leg in a bit, shorten your distance. And start to reach. Hamstrings getting all this love. Start opening your shoulder even before you get touched down. On a block, on a pillow, touch down. Continue to open. Just already start imagining you're gonna end up at the top of your mat on one foot. So let's unwrap the arm, shoulders gotten, a little mobility, a little stretch. Maybe turn your gaze toward that foot that's in front. The foot that's in front. Touch down on your hip. Start staring 12 ounces, 12 inches out toward the edge of your mat. And maybe plant. Just spring up. If you need a block over there, grab it. Reset up and try it again. Again, trying to find your balance. So activate the ankle. Touch down on the floor or block. You can take this as far as you want to go. You can try to balance. Just grabbing the calf. Extend the hand. This is a lot. So keep your hand on the floor if this looks crazy. Then if you got here okay, I'm not losing my balance, just even grab your ankle. Maybe this is it. You got that pretty good. Maybe you can open the hips, play around, do something like that, but grab a block. And then take that knee right on around, plant the foot. Touchdown. Stick it out.
Apologize, my shorts are a little more booty short than I intended. Each finger grip the big toes. Ground the hip reaches toward the mat. That's all we go over. Hands all the way up.
Check it out. Now you got a lot all in these hips. Give me 1 second here. Starts checking, make sure I'm slowing it down. All right. Well, yoga squat here. Turn the toes out. Maybe your heels are a little wider than your hips. And slowly, see if you can sit down. Now, your heels don't touch the mat, and you happen to have a piece of foam, now, anything, a book, whatever, under your heels, so you can sit comfortably for a second. Everyone doesn't have a foam seat available. You guys don't keep these around? See if you can reach up through the crown of the head, even if it means activating a little more power through the legs. See if you can take some more length through the crown, through the spine, and then maybe sit back in a little more vertical angle to your seat. Please use your hands to touch down to keep your knees safe. You're still comfortable here. Maybe take the elbow right inside the knee, the left side. Just get a little twist. Slow, careful twist. Notice I'm using my hand on the knee for a little lever. Exhale and blow the air out. On the other side. And release. From this position, maybe touch down with the hands. Knees right outside the elbows. Just kind of rock forward. Old school spider move when you're a kid. You don't have to take your feet off the floor, but just get that little groin stretch. And if taking your feet off the floor is still something you feel capable of doing, perhaps play with it. Young at heart. And just settle back. If comfortable, we're going to press the stand. But if you're worried about your knee and you don't feel good about it, touch down and then get comfortable. Press the stand. Shake it out. Now, a lot happening. Balance one last time before we take it to the floor. Play around with holding our toe. Maybe kickstand first. Let the heart rate slow down. Grab the ankle. Continue playing. Heart rate's slow. So, trying to look at two different cameras and lose my balance. Look at this camera. Standing firm. Open up the knee. And then just go to where you want. Maybe touch the toe. See if this is good for you. Grab the outside edge of the foot. That's good for you. Maybe see if you can just extend it. Open it. Play with it. Not showing off, we're just playing around. Mobility. Now with any grace, we take that knee, we take that ankle, place it on the knee, and touch down again with the block and see how your hips feel. I kind of cradle the outside edge of my foot right inside this elbow crease. I don't know, tell me the truth, is this a lot like does this look like something really stupid, outrageous? Kind of cradling?
Outside of my practice.
It's unavailable. That's what you say. It's unavailable today. I need perspective sometimes. And slowly release, fold over. Shake that leg out. Crown of the head reaches toward the mat. And get the head above heart. Just push on up. Winding it down. We'll try the other side. Keep your blocks close. I see Jeff is back. Did Tracy reach out to you?
She just did, saying she's on the way over now.
Awesome. Go to where you're comfortable on this other side. Slow me down. Maybe a toe grab. Quieting the mind. Maybe play with straightening. You don't have to. Hamstrings are tight today, so I'm gonna take it easy. Straight does not feel like it would be a good idea. And if you can do it with a little grace, slide into a little hip opener. See if you can use your breath to make this feel generous, kind. Try to treat each yoga practice like a first date. You know, you're easygoing, you're patient. You're practical, methodical. And slowly come out of that. See if you can release kind of waterfall over your legs. And I'm just gonna walk my feet all the way back to a down dog. Like I said in the beginning, see if you can grab your ankle with the opposite hand or somewhere close to it. Now that might require you to walk the hands in a little tighter. See what it feels like. Or bend the knee, grab the foot. As you straighten the knee, open to a little twist. Or don't straighten it, but still try to open. Twist it, twist it, twist it. And release. Try the other side. Good morning, Tracy.
Good morning. Good morning.
You're feeling a little better?
Very little. Yes, but better nonetheless. That was something else.
Was this just a tequila night? You can be
No, I promise you. I promise you. I promise you. No. But I tell you what, 2025 said it's not playing. We are sticking to the script.
sorry to hear that.
No, I mean, you know, it's for the best. I promised myself that I was going to transition to plant-based
Drop to your knees. Go ahead.
plant-based eating, and I switched up on myself, and myself switched up on me.
What'd you eat?
Oh gosh, we listen and we don't judge, okay?
Okay.
Little Caesars and a taste of In-N-Out. I know, right? So it's like,
So you just went all in.
yeah, you did it to yourself. You did it to yourself.
Oh man, hands and knees, hip opener, right knee, right wrist. You know, that's funny. My son did the same thing the other day. He tried a double cheeseburger at Wendy's and then hit some other fast food spot the next day. And he was jacked. He was like, man, you messed me up with all this clean cooking. I gotta get back to Atlanta.
Seriously. My body said, girl, why would you even think to do this?
You ate a greasy Little Caesars. Oof.
It was so bad. And it was so quick. It happened so quick. It was almost instantaneous. I was like, oh, something is wrong.
Well, it's 5 minutes hot and ready, right? Isn't that the slogan?
Yes, it is. That is a slogan. That's not what I got, though. I got one made, but the signs were there. There was a lot happening in that establishment that should have said, Tracy, it's time to go home. But hard-headed.
All right, head makes for a soft behind.
That is
Literally.
what they say. That is what they say. Honey, I learned my lesson. I said, 2025, we are sticking to the plan. Got it.
Slowly press out of it. We're gonna get this other side, and then we're gonna hand it over to Tracy.
Okay.
Inflammation in my left knee. Gotta get in carefully.
So a friend of mine is hosting. She runs a women virtual wellness group similar to Broganda, but for Black women. And she's hosting an event called Decentering the Inauguration, where instead of participants, focusing and stressing about the inauguration, she's offering an alternative um, for gathering. I thought that was a really great idea. And I think, if you have the time and space, maybe Broganda might.
Hmm.
Yeah. Unless, I know
There's
you
more
guys.
details on that.
Yeah, I will. We could talk about it.
Go ahead, Tracy. You can take it from here.
Alrighty, guys. So slowly working your way out of your pigeon, like slowly working your way out of your pigeon, walk your hands in towards the body, curl the back toes under, lifting the back knee. And then you can either slide the front knee backwards or slide the back knee forwards, yogi's choice. Coming into maybe let's start with a child's pose, loosening up the lower back. So coming to sit on your heels and then walking your hands forward, or just moving directly into the meditative pose that works for you. Oh, did we lose Jeff?
I don't see him, but I'm sure he'll be back.
Okay.
I was looking forward to this.
Yeah. Um, Already breathing into the lower back, breathing into the hamstrings, and then slowly walking your hands in towards the body, sweeping your legs out in front of you, coming into either a seated meditative pose or reclining onto your back into a reclined meditative pose, yogi's choice. As always, taking the time to be thoughtful. Willis, you offered a really great cue. Your practice should be like a first date. Every moment of the practice handled with intentionality, handled with care, because you deserve it. And now, once you found your way into your meditative pose, we're going to begin with the breath. So, settling into your stillness, you can do so by beginning to watch the flow of air in and out of the nostrils, or you can listen to your body. Yogi's choice. Begin to notice the stillness settling into the mind, into the body. And now begin checking in with the body, starting at the crown of your head. Slowly drawing your awareness to the soles of your feet, really taking your time, sitting with that intentionality. Noticing the sensations that are present. Centering your focus on non-reactive acceptance. As you travel through the body, if you notice a discomfort or a desire to move, challenge yourself to sit with that sensation before responding or reacting to it. There is no rush, but once you've made it to the soles of your feet, return your awareness to your breath, to the center of your body, and envision the breath expanding your auric field, expanding your sense of wholeness. Now, when you feel ready, move your awareness into the mind. Today's mental focus is going to be centered on self-mastery. 2025 is a 9 year. It represents a sense of completion, a sense of mastery. And as we begin our year, I invite you to bring to mind maybe one thing that you look forward to mastering in 2025. Without getting lost in the how, instead, bring to mind the idea of what it is that you would like to master, and begin visualizing yourself as having mastered that skill. What might life look like on the other side of that? And as you hold that thought at the forefront of your mind, with the deepest breath of the day, through the moment of life, into that intention, inhaling in through the nose, exhaling out of the mouth, making space for that intention to flow into your life with ease. Let's slowly draw our awareness back into the space. Gently reawakening the body, becoming aware of how it feels to reconnect mind, body, and movement. So taking your time, savoring the sensation of reawakening by wiggling the fingers, wiggling the toes. Give yourself a big good morning stretch, and then ease your way onto the right side into the fetal position. Taking a brief moment to honor and acknowledge the fresh start that leaving our mats allows us to create for ourselves. Maybe this acknowledgement is a moment of gratitude, a moment of letting go, a moment of acceptance, whatever it is for you, be present. And then when you are ready, you can ease your way up into a seated pose, and we'll end with hands at heart center. My camera's going to stay off because I look like what I've been through, but just that my hands are at heart center. All right, gentlemen, as always, it is my deepest pleasure and privilege to guide you through this time together. It's my deepest hope that as you move throughout your day, as you move throughout your week, you do so with a sense of strength, a sense of confidence, a sense of openness, and a sense of clarity that you carry with you until we see each other again. And as always, we end with the acknowledgement that the light that lives in me honors, acknowledges, and recognizes the light that lives in each and every one of you. And that phrase is namaste. So, namaste to you all, gentlemen. That concludes our session today. And Willis, I'll see you tomorrow at noon for a live conversation, weekly wrap.
Okay.
And gentlemen, if you guys know anybody who would be interested in this group or could benefit from even just the meditation or the yoga, and they want to get to know who Willis and I are a little bit, we're going to be chit-chatting on Mondays at noon on Instagram Live. So just to introduce ourselves, let people know what we're doing, in case they want to join. So send them our way. The Broganda, you can send them to the Broganda Yoga page. Yeah.